This is your daily market review for Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Hopefully you're doing amazing. Interesting digestion, Jay. As we've talked about, you have a double top, chop top on the SPY. You've had the Qs and the IWA lagging. We've talked about when the Feds pivot, it's actually not bullish for the markets near term. Longer term, obviously the market always kind of goes up, but usually the 13 months following the start of a cycle of rate cuts, you see anywhere between 60 to 30% drops in the market. Are we at the top? In my opinion, yes. Now, could we be wrong? Absolutely. No one is going to be perfect. If anyone's selling you on absolutes, then you are being sold snake oil. So what do we know going forward? We know the Feds have a meeting in 2 weeks, right? The 15th. So that is, oh, actually, what is it? The 11th, 18th, whatever. We'll look it up here in a second. It's September 18th. Yep. So the 18th. So 2 weeks. It's going to be choppy, in my opinion. I think it's not going to be a straight line move. However, I do see that there's going to be some downside, some profit taking. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Hit me up on Discord room. Hit me up on any platform you're following on. I have no problem taking time to answer your questions best I can. Again, if you're in real estate looking to buy, sell, invest, and you do not hit me up and you're one of my tens of thousands of followers, I will take it personal when I hear you buy a house with someone without me being involved, because again, you get 2 agents for the price of 1. I will help you out, strategize, and with my experience and the other experience, again, you allow me to find you a great agent. I am in an exclusive referral network with the top agents in the country. Do not work with someone mediocre, please, for the love of God. If you need to go to a dentist, would you go to a mediocre dentist? If you need a lawyer, would you get him? No. You're not going to save much by going to discount brokerages and all that stuff. Literally, maybe 1% of the purchase price. Don't do it. Please, 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 please. I've seen so many mistakes and people calling me, hit me up after. What could I have done differently? What am I doing? What do I need? It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, won't rant on that. But again, what do we need to see for the rest of the week? Keep in mind, jobs numbers on Friday. It's going to be interesting. We got economic data short week, and then we talked about the trap that was set up basically with the markets, and we'll go deep into it. So grab a cup of coffee, hit pause, come back, maybe a beer, maybe a smoky treat, whatever you need. Let's get into it. Follow, like, subscribe, Twitter, YouTube. Again, posted a ton of trades today. Also crazy deals here. Some of the home builders dropping their rates, dropping their pants. Right here. All the trades, some of the ideas. If you need a chat, use the Calendly link in the description below. Follow on the website. This is the goal, y'all. This is it right here. Profits into passive income and properties. Recommended reading. Again, check out the website. Tons of resources. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. And here's the Back to Basics education series on the website and on the YouTube. So we know going into 2 weeks, 2 Wednesdays from now, we have a Fed meeting, which they're anticipating a quarter point or a half point pivot, cut. We'll know when we get there. Again, watch this, save this link. Again, check it out, cmegroup.com, market/interest rates, CME Fed. Just, again, it's worth it. It's not all this extra crap, actually. I think it stops right there. Watch these odds. Do not listen to the headlines. Do not listen to anyone. These guys do not want to disappoint the markets. They're not in the game of throwing surprises and curveballs. Bitcoin, as we've talked about, wide and loose here. Always does this. People are like, oh, don't you remember to do this? I'm like, no, I don't sit here and use freaking stupid trading view, in my opinion. I don't. Trading view is not my preferred stock. Oh, what are you doing, bro? Sorry, a little fluster here. I don't use trading view for monitoring the markets. I use eSignal. So yeah, here we go. Range lows, better hold. I just don't have the Bitcoin futures. I don't need it. I don't really trade Bitcoin that technically. I just watch it. Same thing with oil. Again, you can buy all this stuff with eSignal. I have some of this stuff, but I think it's cleaner on some of these charts with TradingView. Give that credit, because again, I draw like a mofo. What did we talk about? We said demand destruction is real. Here comes oil, watching the TLT for potential breakout. Oil coming down. Again, this is where you see the flush. Maybe they throw the baby out with the bathwater. Same, I'm expecting such with commodities. Natural gas, keep an eye on it. Get into, again, Zadala. Talked about it. Nice rally to the 20-day, closed basically right at it. Look at today's action. Keep an eye on it. TLT coming into to the zone, auto zone. No, you got to get over this 99 area, 100, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got potential to get up into the 108s. Again, will it always be in a straight line? No, but that's the upside potential, in my opinion, near term. So if you have questions, holler. Dollar, VIX. Sorry, VIX. Talked about this, like wakey. Now it gapped up today. Not surprised. Again, chop around. It's hard for people to just realize, like, be careful chasing, please. The volatility index, don't chase it. Just don't. I mean, again, you can every once in a while you get a big win, but it's not worth it. The VIX over, just over that 130s, chopping around. Not surprised. SPY, digestion, Jay. Are you surprised? You're at the 50. You're at the 20-day. You got the double top, right? Keep an eye on it. Again, don't be surprised if it chops around a little bit, because we are into like this time where maybe the markets don't get too excited until either there's major news like NVIDIA crap or waiting for the Feds. QQQs. This is again what we talked about, the Qs lagging. When the Qs were leading, the market was strong. And now that it's been lagging, we've talked about it. Look at this dramatically lower high compared to the SPY. Just be careful. Near term could be oversold, could chop around. This is where you have to manage your positions if you're short. Again, shorting is not a long-term strategy. It is a trade. IWM, we talked about lagging. Double dojis, double dragon. Bull trap, keep an eye on it. DIA, holding up, was leading up. Now you're back at the breakout point, chopping around again. I guess you didn't really get over it, but keep an eye on it. Again, just all worth a watch. Goldfinger. Again, we love gold long-term. Channeling up, can it break out of the channel? That's the question. That is the question. It's tough to trust. Not trust it when silver, ugly, but it is in a big pennant. And we talk about miners, not leading up. GDX, back to the 50-day, channeling up. Keep an eye on it. But again, I want to see the juniors lead. And people are like, what does that mean? The junior miners lead when the market's strong. Just keep that in mind. Look at that. They made lower highs. Big choppy range. I'd be watching the 39.99. Obviously, no. Watch the 200-day because it'll be at 40 at some point. AEM, we like this long term. It's been strong, very strong, like bull, but let it pull back. Let all these names just get flushed down the toilet. AG. Again, this is what typically happens is these names get flushed. When the market, they throw the baby out with the bathwater. When the market pulls back, booyaka shot. I mean, you've got the levels. Hit me up if you have questions. Again, this is not a hard strategy. It's just wait. Pass, same kind of thing. Just wait, especially if you like commodities. I'm telling you, just wait. I can't wait. Most people can't. I get it. And if we're wrong, Taiwan semi, as we talked about, short, arrow down. Look at that doji trap. Look at these traps, man. They're hard sometimes. That's what we talk about. Wait for the retest if you're going to play options. So far, so good. Heading lower. Micron, we talked about the freaking 108 area, 110 area. Rejection. Now back at the range lows, worth a watch. Could it chop around? Possibly. AM Dizzle, we liked this short up here at the 100, 250-day freaking extravaganza short. Again, I think it's the big middle finger formation. Zoom out, you'll know what I'm talking about, but watch for the retest of lows at some point. Doesn't have to be in a straight line. That's just the hardest part. NVIDIA, again, we've talked about this being the generational short of the 2020s. It's a triple top looking Tesla formation. Keep an eye on this. It's going to be wide and loose. It is not going to be easy. Do yourself a favor. SMCI, chop. We talked about this one coming into this range low. Again, I like the company, but I don't like the market, so I'm just going to be watching. Intellectual property, we warned you guys. We warned you. Watch the 22s. This, again, people are like, oh, it's good. They won't get delisted. I'm telling you right now, if they continue to act like crap, the Dow is going to delist them. People get mad about that. It's just the nature it is. They don't want to hold laggards. That's the point of the indexes. They don't hold trash. Go look at Intel's record. Trash. SMH. It's been trash. I'm just sorry. Talked about the lower highs, head and shoulders top with a double top, 50-day. Again, probably watching the 200-day for a bounce. Right? Just keep an eye on it. Adobe. What do you think of that, right? What do you think of Adobe? Hitting the range highs. Looking for that short. I don't know. I mean, I look at this sometimes and I think to myself, we've got the trap. Will it drop right away? That's the question. I look at it and go, I like the risk reward. Apple, again, we got the trap. Now the risk reward. I wouldn't be surprised. Man, look where it held too. This gap area. They've got their meeting next week. They're big, super fun Apple iPhone 16, I think, release. Could it chop around? You bet your sweet ass it could. Amazon, right? Bezos couldn't sell fast enough at 200. Now it's at the 200-day, chopping around. That's a tough one. Meaning, like, again, you got to, if you're going to play it, play the extremes. Meta, I like the short up in the 530s, holding the 50-day. We talked about it. So far it is. CRM, post earnings pop, just now it's oversold near term. Not surprised if it chops around. Keep an eye on it. Guggenheim, here you go. 200-day, watch the range lows. I'm telling you, watch the range lows. That thing could get twisted. Microsoft, but again, it also could chop around. This is what's so hard. You have to manage your positions. If you have short-term options, you've got to be careful. If you got medium-term ones, you should trade around it. If you got stock, you should trade around it. If you're shorting. If you're long, you should be waiting for extremes. You should almost take a couple days off. Wait till the Fed meeting. NDAQ, double upgrade at the high. Oh my God, what a fucking, excuse my language, gift. I have long-term puts on this, so my risk is very well defined. Said watch it today. I got double upgrades at the high. Keep an eye on that one. Again, if you're, I'll be wrong. And that's the gaps I look for. Again, sorry, let me go back and paint the picture a little better. Blow off top. Double upgrade by brokers. Remember, brokers aren't your friend. Broker, right? Gaps up. Double upgrade. Man, endless volume to sell into. Keep an eye on that one. MicroStrategy. Again, it could retest. That's the hardest part. Again, Bitcoin kind of chopping around. 200 days seems inevitable. Netflix 700 club just chopping, but it looks like it's weak. Roblox, again, I don't really trust any stocks to break out. Watching the 43, 44 area. Pan W again, we like this one long term. Gap down today. Looks like a little double topper. Keep an eye on it. Again, long term, I like it on a pullback. Tesla, congrats, people were talking about buying some long on this one. Makes sense to me. When it held the 20-day, again, I said this, Trump is friends of Elon's. I mean, I don't really care about the politics so much, but it seems beneficial. Trading, I mean, it's got a huge short interest. This is one I would not be shorting. I'd just be watching the levels and trading around it. I know people are trading around it and murdering it. It moves. It's a trading vehicle. Insight gets up into the range highs, backs off again. I'd like this company to get bought out, but I would be accumulating more in the 50s. That's my best guess on that. Pfizer, we talked about. Whoa. Holding the 100, 200 day, better hold. Whoa. Mickey D's, watch the range highs. I mean, this one's been on a strong move. Chop is bullish. If it holds up, again, I'd be watching for the retest and see what happens. DKNG, I imagine there's some brokers that got to upgrade it. Talk about the 50-day oversold bounce. I mean, this is a downtrend, right? Downtrend. Keep it simple, stupid. Airbnb, downtrend. Dead cat bounce, chopping around. Watch the 20-day. Costco, bull trend, but trap. Keep an eye on it, right? And you've got some references here. Bull traps and bear traps at the highs and the lows, y'all. Gotta love them. Starbucks, we talked about this moving up, giving it up. Give it up. Again, I mean, I don't know if it's going to dump, but just because they added the new CEO, took him from Chipotle, it's going to digest a while. That's my biggest concern for people who are trying to go long it. Federal Express, we talked about this area. Watch the 50-day. I could peel like an onion quick. Caterpillar, this one's been hard in the sense of trading around some zones. Big choppy range. I mean, look what's coming up here at some point. That 200 at 325 area, you bet your ass. Watch it. Deere holding up pretty well. I guess, I don't know. Whatever is going on in the trade deals and Biden talking and the Democrats talking, something is cooking. Somebody's benefiting from it because some steel names got drugged. Keep an eye on it. Just worth a watch. Nucor. This one's been chopping around again. We like commodity names. Let them come down. Look at letter X, right? Oof. Been telling you, just leave it alone. Okay. Keep an eye on this one. Again, I didn't pull the trigger on this one, but again, I like it. I like it a lot because I do think they get bought out at some point. Just a matter of who's the buyer. VALE. Chop around. I mean, that's the thing. If you had someone who else wanted to buy it today, they absolutely loaded the stock. Arrow looks like a pennant. Range lows, 200-day could fail. In my opinion, probably will. Again, it's not long-term failure. It's just more they will get flushed. CCJ, get flushed. I hate when Goldman upgrades the high. Like NDAQ, the ultimate buddy pass. CF, we like commodity names. Just let them pull back. Let them chop around. Don't get too involved. Don't get over your head. Don't bury yourself. Please, promise. NTR, AA again. I like aluminum. Again, part of me likes aluminum a lot. Show me the 24, 25 handle. XLF, some people took the short yesterday. Heroes, now you have double doji. Double dragon. Keep an eye on it. JP Morgan, again, they're not even buying back their own stock. How funny is that? Right? They have no interest in it, but yet you should be buying it. Morgan Stanley, chopping around. Bank of America, chopping around. Goldman Sachs, again, we talked about hitting the range highs, backing off. Carry, again, puts are being bought on this thing, not holding up well. I mean, it's the no doubt fail zone, lower high, worth a watch. XBI, again, we talked about risk on name, not so much, hits the range highs, backs off. Keep an eye on it though. 102, 103 is the launch point. XHB, again, housing is at, again, the new home sales are below the 2020 lows. Inventory. Good luck with that. That doesn't make sense. Like, to me, that seems like an obvious short, but do it at your own risk. I mean, it just seems so obvious. Just give yourself time. Solar, talk about this being lagging. Oil and gas down. These aren't going to hold up well. I mean, they're just going to be freaking lead balloons. Watch the ranges again. I mean, it should come back into the 90s. For solar, we talked about breaking out, trap over the 50-day. Gives it up. Again, I think these stocks will get absolutely hammer timed. HYG, impressive. Again, who's buying corporate debt at the 20-day? Not me. Oil, as we talked about, has been heading into a southerly direction when it becomes more apparent there's a recession coming. UNG, again, I hate the UNG, but I like to short the KLD. This is going to be a choppy, sloppy trade. Again, the KLD in the 80 range. High 80s looks good. XOPs, we talked about. This looked like a professional gap down yesterday. So not surprising it's going lower. Watch the 128. It could chop around. Doesn't have to go down all in one day. CVE, chop, chop. Again, we like these names. If you zoom out, they're big, 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 big digestion patterns. Big, 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 big. Valero, again, gasoline names. Typically lead. Look like they're leading down. MPC typically leads. Keep an eye on it. Looks like it's peaked. ExxonMobil tries to break out. Gives it back. Occidental. We like this long term. We know Buffett's going to be trading the shit out of this thing. Let it play out. Again, let it come to you. EQT, another one we like. We like these names. Let them play out. Flex LNG, last but not least. Again, we love these names long term. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out. And again, if you feel like you have to trade every day, this is Walmart. It's open 24/7. You could be trading futures. You can literally do whatever the hell you want. But just do me a huge favor. Just be careful. Trade around your positions, know your spots, and do yourself a huge favor. Be careful. Do not overtrade. And again, do not chase moves. Allow them to come to you. Again, if you have any questions, hit me up. See you guys and gals in the Discord room. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.